everyone. Hola.
Yeah, hello. Today we have the third session of Show and Tell. And today we will talk about tag index registration and management. Yeah, and Andre?
Yeah.
Quick recap.
Yeah, thank you. Hola. Just a quick recap from last time. We went a bit more into the history and the background. So this is the wrong recap. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
You
Yeah,
can
we can skip.
then...
I'll talk through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I talk through it. So one of the feedbacks we got last time was tied to how this would work in terms of the relationship between projects and packages and SPIRs and so on. And there was a few questions in the chat, and we answered most of them and referred to actually this session that's upcoming. We also in a general way we had some feedback from the last session also, that some of you would like some more information, and I shared with you that we are working on it and I'm trying to give you guys access. Yesterday, I believe it was, you should all have received a link to where you can find more information. So the so-called service or project site. I will share this after this show and tell as well. But there you will should be able to find the history, why we are doing what we're doing, what has happened before, who has been involved. We are also sharing these recordings there. So just be mindful of that. If you opposed to that, let us know. Maybe not. Yeah, this is how we do it. Yeah, good. Now we're going into a bit more of the details. Still, the purpose of these meetings is not to drill down the nitty-gritties and everything, but we're moving towards more details now on a higher level. And already, as Ola showed in the previous introduction slide, there is a new session already this coming Friday, where we will talk about parts in EQ Hub. It's separate, but still related to the SPIR project scope. So if you have a chance to join that one, please do. If you cannot, the recording will be made available for you after. So now, first and foremost, give the word to my colleague Knut Dagsvik before Ola takes us through the rest.
Thank you. I will just, before we dive into the tag index itself, just give a kind of an overview, because some of the questions is related to where information is stored and so on. We plan to reuse information from both EQ Hub and the virtual inventory. EQ Hub, you have documents, especially sectional drawings is used in the SPIR process. We do have properties which can be used as long descriptions for new materials. And the part is being developed and will be a separate session, as you say, Andre, on Friday. But the thing is that internal parts for equipment will be stored in EQ Hub. We also have the basic data, which is important. That's validated manufacturer names and part numbers, important for the process of recognizing existing materials and so on. So for virtual inventory, maybe not all of you are aware, but operators update virtual inventory with their materials and stock information. This is meant to be on a regular basis, maybe on a daily update, or different operators are now integrating with APIs to make this happen. So this is something we will use in the SPIR, but what we now develop in the SPIR part of the solution is, of course, the project information. So in brief, we have project to packages. Packages is similar to purchase orders. So for a greenfield, you have 150 to 200 different packages with suppliers delivering their all the equipment and the SPIR. We also have the link then between the packages and the tag numbers, and tag numbers to the EcoHub ID. This is also where you will add the suppliers will add the commercial data related to the parts. So if we then take the next one, please. So diving into the tag index, we have decided to hook up on existing processes in project. So already projects are capturing equipment information from suppliers and packaged suppliers with EcoHub IDs. So instead of interfering with that loop, we actually plan to capture that information as it comes to the contractors, so we can get this information directly from contractors. This can be done through drag and drop in Excel spreadsheet into the solution, or APIs integrated. The purpose is then to have these tag indexes updated as often as possible, monthly or weekly or daily, I don't know, but so that you can actually track from beginning of the project immediately when equipment is recognized, and then it's available through the system. So you can even start to plan what you want to buy for maintenance a lot earlier than waiting for standard SPIR document being delivered late in the project. So that is the overview, and I think Ola will take us into the details on where we are at the screenshots and so on. If you want to take questions there, Andre? Or...
No, Henning already asked. I think we'll just go through now, and then we can go back to pages with the questions in the chat, or raise your hands and whatnot. I think we should have plenty of time.
We also plan to show you, to demonstrate you shortly what we have on development side right now on this use case. So our developer Nazari is here as well. I hope he will be able to share the screen. But after my explanations. On the last session, we explained how to create a project. This session is about tag index. So to start the process for the SPIR, you have to have some tag index in the system. And create your first tag index here, you can go to corresponding page on the project module, which is called tag, and press corresponding button, add tag index. After this, I will just briefly explain what we are talking about when we talk about import of tag index. The system provides and suggests to download the template for import, which should be used for import. And this template has short explanations for each field, which can be included in the file, which should be prepared before the import will start. And in this file, the tag number is the only required field. All other information is optional. And of course, in future, it could be extended, could be changed. So right now, it's just the first version of import template for tag index. So when you have this file, you just drag and drop or select it on your computer, upload it, and you can proceed to the next step of processing by pressing corresponding button. After that, you will be able to see the result of processed file, and the system will say just you have how many new rows you have. So how many rows will be added to your tag index with generated tag index ID. Also, you will be able to open the tag index details page once you have imported the first version of it. And on this page, you will have the project information, if you already have linked project. If not, you will be able to link some project which doesn't have tag index yet. In our module, in our system, we have We can have relation one-to-one, one project, it's one tag index. So you will be able to select some project which doesn't have index yet, and some short summary based on the information taken from the tag index, like the total number of tags, the total number of packages, defined packages, if tags are marked with the package name and package number, and other summary which will be clear maybe on the other sessions. I will explain more in detail. This version of the table is shortened. The table actually looks much bigger, wider, and this table also has expandable groups of column for like you decide which information you want to see at the time, at the same moment. And there are some groups, visible groups, about tag number taken from the tag index file. This also includes consequence of safety. Maybe I will, no, it's not visible. It will not be better, but just believe me. If AccuHub ID is provided for tag number and this AccuHub ID is valid, we also will provide some information from AccuHub here, like revision number, like statuses, real manufacturer name, part number, and so on. And also the package information, if it has been provided for the tag number, for each unique package, for combination package number and package name fields, there will be generated package ID, which also will be shown in this table, ID and its status. So on the tag index details page, you will see a full list of tags that have been imported in your project. On the projects page, on the tag indices page, we can call it like tag index library. You can have more than one tag index, of course. Some of them could be already linked with project. Some of them can be without for some time. And when you decide to start your SPIR processes based on those tag indices, you can be created on the project tab. Sorry?
You froze, I think, but it seems okay now.
Okay. And also from several places in the application, and one of them is tag index details page, you can update your current version if you have more information for your tag index right now. For example, is I guess the most useful to upload the new version. It can be done in the same way. You just drag and drop new file, but the summary will have another view. This time the system will calculate how many new rows you have, how many rows will be hidden. We call it deleted but they will not be deleted in real. They will be kept in the database. They will be just hidden from UI, and we have a separate column for that. You can mark some of tags in your tag index as inactive. So the system will call them deleted, but they will be there. If you want to move them back, you will just, during the next update, you will just change the status for them. Number of affected lines, if for some tags there will be provided or changed some info in the columns, and number of not affected lines. So if you okay with that result, you just go to the tag index page and check your data. This is actually the end of the use case, and right now I would like to give word to my colleague Nazar. And he will
Yes.
demonstrate his part of job. It's not completed use case yet, so there could be many differences with designs and everything, but at least you will see how it works, how it will work.
Okay, so I already have 2 projects here without tag indexes, and already I have 1 tag index already imported. So we can import a new tag index here. Yeah, this one. It shows me like there will be 7 new lines. And that's it, like this small tag index. So we'll see here tag numbers. I can show you the whole table. So with this expandable groups. So this is a tag group. Then consequences. There's no consequences. QHub ID related data. So we have a QHub ID only for 1 tag number. Yeah, manufacturer, part number, class, and so on. And yeah, this is package info. I don't think it's relevant for now. Also, you can link project from here, from tag index details page. So now we have like project not added without project name, project number, so on. So we can select project, for example, project number 2, and just click link. And we can see here that is this tag index is linked to the project number 2. Also, we can go to the project page, this one. This is project number 1, and we can link vice versa, tag index from the project page. Similar interface, but we just look for the tag indexes, not for the project. And for example, I select tag index 1 for this and press link. And now tag index 1 is linked to project 1, tag index 2 to project number 2. Also, we can update tag index. So currently we have like, just a second, 7 tag numbers in 1 package, 6 of them without the QHub IDs, none of them without packages, and so on. So we can upload a new version for this tag index. It shows like 87 new lines, and we click update. It's done. So now we have 94 tag numbers, still 1 package. And here's the table. You can go to the projects page, and in this projects table, we can see tag index IDs. It will be links, and also in the tag table, we see project ID, project name, and so on. It's also will be links to the project.
To the project details page.
Yeah,
and
to the
vice
project
versa.
details page.
Thank you very much.
Very nice.
And now I go back to questions.
Thanks, Ola and Asari and Knut. Questions? Everybody? Henning, maybe you want to go first?
Yes, Henning Danielsen, Aker BP. I think I got my main question answered regarding the if you're required to have an EQ-Hub ID for everything, because the realistic world, we do not have EQ-Hub for everything. So I saw that that's like an option. But I have a question, maybe it's a premature question regarding the input of SPIRs. Will that be like the first step is SPIRs connected to the main equipment in EQ-Hub as the master?
Yes and no. I guess, Knut, maybe you start just 2 points to enter SPIRs or parts.
So when we get to the working with the spare parts, you will see a lot of the tag item are normally also a spare part in the package, but the internal parts for the equipment, if it's not there yet, but the supplier will provide that information when they get into the SPIR section, but it will be stored against the equipment. So by parts we mean reference to the drawing, item numbers, description of the part, and manufacturer name and part number and so on. But on EcoHub side, you will not have any commercial data. That will be linked to project. So that's project specific information. But we try to reuse the parts information. So for the supplier to create the part list one time for equipment and then reuse it everywhere they are going to use this against each project. So if you have it, so if the supplier hasn't created the part list yet, they will do it when they get into the SPIR.
Yeah. Okay. Just one last short question. I like the idea of taking more active use of virtual inventory, but I'm quite excited how we're going to visualize this in the user interface. But maybe that's a separate demo. I don't know.
Yeah, it probably is. And before you, Jens, and Mette, I just want to ask, say something to that regard. We have had reviews with contract also, so Gerlund is also in this meeting, and Ole as well from Aker Solutions. And in terms of this allowing the contractor to use virtual inventory data in their evaluations when it comes to the SPIR, it's probably something we will allow the owner, or let's say Aker BP or Equinor, to decide. If you guys want them to take that into account when they are deciding what to buy or what not to buy. For Equinor, for example, working with Apply on this FLX project is super relevant. If they can, encourage savings in this regards too, and profit sharing. But it's not finalized yet. But and it will be shared later, Henning. Then before Jens, if Mette is asking here, do we have to supply full tag index using update tag import, meaning tags not included in import file will be deleted, hidden? I could start maybe. So the idea is that you are the master, you have the master, and you populate what the tag is. And if you send the latest version less half of the tags previously uploaded, we would assume that the current tag list has omitted those 50. But we did discuss this also with the SME last week. So anyone want to add something on that, Knut or Ola?
No, I think it's possible to do it both ways, that you can, of course, update but I think the easiest will be if you send a complete tag index every time. Then the system will understand which tag number is new and away. But of course, I guess we can discuss this with this group then later.
Yeah. Jens?
Well, I took my hand down because actually all the things, all the yeah, but that's okay. But all the questions were actually asked because my thoughts were like, when we get a supplier, they get a whole full package of different tags, which they are supposed to populate with when they go through the process of creating the packages. And then, of course, we have some tags where there's not going to be any real manufacturer name or manufacturer data on. So, but we will still be having that in the loop for handling somehow some of the tags. But you answered basically on the question. And then what I thought about was what's important is, but I guess we get there to that a little bit later, that's role and responsibilities of in the whole system, that we need to make sure that's visible and who's going to do what and what. Because I think about also about the QA sessions at one stage, but I guess that's coming in later.
Yeah, you're right. So we have defined all the roles and everything, who is going to have access to what, and I think you can even make it more strict who get access to prices and things like that. And usually because before it was handled like a document, so everyone having access to that document would have access to prices and everything. But in this case, we can hide prices for everyone that don't actually should have access to it. So, but as you say, we get to that on the later stage.
I said before, Hans-Jørgen, maybe the Mette's follow-up question, just to clarify that one more time. So can a tag index or one tag, so a tag and a tag index be used for different projects, if I understand correctly, Mette?
Yes.
Yeah, tag number must be unique within the project. So, but the same tag number can be used in different projects. If that was the answer.
Mette, was it okay? And then Hans-Jørgen, we can come back to Mette. Hans-Jørgen?
Yeah, Hans-Jørgen Solheim, Equinor. I think this is exciting stuff. I'm happy to see how far we have come with this. But my question is regarding the uploading of the tag main index to a project. I didn't catch if we decided which package it should be uploaded to. So my question is, let's say we upload a tag, a list of tags to the wrong package. Is it easy to transfer it to the right package within the same project?
Yeah, I think we define the master of the tag index with the contractor. So in that tag index, there is a field called package number and so on.
Okay.
So whatever relation is in the contractor system will be reflected in the system here. So that means if you want to change the package number, you do that in the contractor system, and the next version it will be updated. So yeah, so I think, and then we of course keep track of every change is made. So so you could see that something has happened to this particular tag. So the only thing we actually require is a tag number, because we know in the beginning of project you have a lot of tag numbers that you haven't assigned to any purchase order yet or packages. So that will come as the project evolves, and so you have access to all information at all time when available. I think that's the purpose of this then. So
Yeah.
So you can start early, having a look at buying, commissioning parts and everything. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Mette, Knut, maybe you can just have a look in the chat and see Mette's question, the latest one. Can one tag be referenced to several SPIRs at the same time?
Not in the way we do it here. I think, as you will see from later presentations, we kind of make one-to-one relation between package and SPIR. So this means that yeah, you don't provide more than one SPIR, which is a one-to-one with package, which is actually the tag index and the part list. So so if you have an example that this will not work, we will be happy to.
Yeah, no, it's that. Like for cabinets or such, where you actually we're changing some of the instruments within for different projects. So you have a SPIR which is for the same cabinet tag, for instance, handled by different projects. So then we have a SPIR for each of those projects. But if the project is what you keep unique, then it should not be a problem, because the tag will be copied and the SPIR numbers will be different then.
Yeah,
as far as I understand. So, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so within the project you can have a unique tag, but you can use the same tag across projects. So if you have a kind of a subsea project or something, or linking into a topside project, then you can have the same tag in a subsea project if that's the case. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, we are on time now. But thanks for joining. Thanks Ola, Nazari, and Knut, and all of you for participating. Let's say again, this Friday, 14th, there's a new thing to be shown. We're happy to have you on board for that one too. This information, I started the introduction of this one session, we will make available on the landing page I gave you yesterday. So there's now a project page where you can read up and find access to these recordings and read about the solution. And it's going to be continuously updated as we move along. So thank you so much for joining. See you guys soon.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Good
Bye-bye.
presentation. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah.